Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. I'm delighted to be joined by Josh Holmes. Josh, I've just witnessed you and Charlie having a little move around. You're a bit harsh on yourself, but I think when if you ask Joe, I don't think he'll nail you too much about it. You didn't feel like you did your best there, did you?
No, I mean, look, we always criticise ourselves, but sparring, isn't it? He's got some good rounds in there with Charlie. Sharp, innit? He's sharp. It's exactly what I need. He's a little bit lighter than me, so I'm not going to be really fighting guys that sharp in and out with the feet that much. So as soon as I come against people, a little bit slower on the feet, I'm just going to be catching them for fun.
That must be good for you, because to share a ring with someone who's obviously been world champion, who's got, I suppose, the footwork that he's got, that benefits you soaking up that experience, and you can maybe add some of them tools, to your arsenal kind of thing.
Of course, yeah. Look, I try to take a little bit off every fighter that I ever spar or ever watch. You've got to take little bits, and I've been sparring Charlie quite a bit now, and Paul Butler, and the world champions. So just training amongst them. I'd never even thought in a million years, a few years ago, that I'd ever even train with someone who's a world champion. Never mind, get good rounds in with him, week after week.
Where does that come from, that mentality of you never thought you'd be training with a world champion? Why? How come? You obviously, I know you, like I said, you were critical of yourself, but it was a good spar. Like, why not?
Just with the injuries I've had and the setbacks I've had in boxing, almost just totally jacked it in, last year. And even a couple of years before that, more bad injuries. Just never thought I'd even come back to the sport, to be honest. So to be in this position I am now, I'm very grateful, and I never thought I'd be here.
So injuries, unfortunately, they do play a part in a sport like this, brutal sport where anything can happen. But you seem to be in a good place. You've got a fight coming up on Charlie's undercard, not too far away now. How are you feeling physically, mentally going into it? Obviously, you just mentioned sparring, but everything's going well, innit? Everything's
going perfect for this camp. Yeah, obviously it's the first camp with Joe, and people always say it's the best camp, but it literally has. We've been flying in the gym. I'm fit, always fit, but just been getting them good rounds every session. Which is so important. It's so important. You've got to get the rounds in before I come to Joe. Probably weren't getting as many good rounds in like that, and like I say, I've just been sparring world champions, week after week. So it's only bringing me on. And I've just got that fire in my belly now, and I can't wait to put on a good performance.
It is a bit of a cliche. Everyone always says it is the best camp, but you ultimately within yourself it's been a bit of a changeover from the Amir Khan gym to come here to this more of a vintage, old school gym, which I think is good. And you can see everyone in the gym's flying. Mark Efron's just said the same. You can tell. We've seen it. Paul Butler said, "Look, this gym's great. Everybody's flying." It feels like everyone supports each other in this gym as well. You've got loads of different plethora of talent from top to bottom. People who've been world champion wanting to get back. Obviously, ones who are starting sort of in the middle on the cusp of becoming contenders. How much of a benefit is this gym, and to have all the sort of the people around that mixture?
Massive benefit. Some days you're not always 100% some days, so sometimes you do need that little bit of a boost, and someone's always there to give you that boost. Come on, a little bit of a kick up arse, let's get this session done, you know what I mean? So it's just a great buzz, a lot of lads in the gym, it's just a great buzz, and it's hard work, it's just hard work, you know what I mean? The music's loud, no time for talking's before the session, talking's after the session, nothing in between, you know what I mean? The music's loud, we just get the session done, and it's hard work.
You mentioned it's your first camp with Joe. Do you feel like you're sort of peaking at the right time for this fight? Have you been impressed with how this camp's gone in terms of, you obviously mentioned preparation, but it's different to what you've been used to. Has it ticked all the boxes for you?
Yeah, 100%. I'm feeling sharp at the minute, really sharp. Everything's just coming together well. We're gelling really well, me and Joe. Everything he says makes sense. Little pointers that he's given me, I'm listening and I'm implementing them in sparring. So everything, I'm just can't wait to put on a good performance now.
You can tell you're absolutely buzzing to go and just actually have the fight now rather than do anything else. Yeah. What can we expect from you on that show? What we're going to see? Are we going to see a boxing masterclass? Is it just a case of working it out when you get there? You want in a knockout? What's your gut telling you what we're going to see?
I believe it will be a masterclass, punch perfect performance, and I think we'll get a stoppage in the later rounds.
When you look back, if that does happen, you'll probably think, you know what, these hard spars where I've been giving myself a bit of shit for, they've been worth it, haven't they?
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Like you need the hard spars as well. You need the hard spars, and some days you feel great, some days you don't, but you just still get on with it. You know what I mean? There's no excuses in boxing. If you're feeling a bit shit, you just get on with it. You know what I mean?
Your record, you're 12. Are you 12?
10-0.
You're 10-0 now. You won't be far off collecting some proper straps now. You'll be looking at that. I'm sure if you get this one out of the way, put on a bit of a statement, hopefully get on some bigger shows. I know that obviously Joe's got Tasha out on boxer shows, Mark Efron, etc. You'd be looking at them big shows going, look, I need my chance now.
I believe so. Yeah, you know, I've got this fight coming up next week. Then I've got 15th of July over in Oldham, and then I think, you know, I'll be 12-0 then. So it's my time, you know, to be on the big stage. I believe I'll perform better on the big stage, and you know, I just love the pressure. Get me in them big fights. Not getting any younger now. Let's get it on.
How old are you?
27.
You've
got into my prime now. Coming into my prime.
You might be, but you've still got loads of time. You've still got plenty of time.
I'm just hungry. You know what I mean? I'm hungry. You know, like I say, I've had setbacks, and I'm back here. I've got this massive fire in my belly, and I'm firing on all cylinders, and I just want to push on. You know.
Brilliant. Well, have you got a message for the people who'll be coming over for these next two fights? I know you've got them quite fairly quick back to back. Probably help you with activity, staying that active. But
Yeah.
you've got a message for everyone who'll be in attendance and those who are supporting you, your sponsors, everyone like that.
Yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you. You know, everyone coming, purchasing a ticket. You know, times are tough at the minute, so it's hard to get them people to come and support. But the people that do, you know, they've been there from day one. So I can't thank them enough. And yeah, you've got good sponsors on board helping me through this journey. So yeah, thank you to all them.
Well, look, Josh, I think it's going to be a good night of boxing. Obviously, it's the return of Charlie Edwards. We haven't seen him for a hell of a long time, and obviously off the back of that, you're going to be on that show. And then you've got someone else on the show, isn't there, as well?
Sean Yaxley's on the show as well.
Yeah,
all three of us.
So all three, Sean Yaxley, yourself, and Charlie. We wish obviously you guys all the best, and hopefully we see you now kick on and get these big shows. So I appreciate it, pal.
I'll be on the big stage soon enough. Cheers, mate.
Fingers crossed, pal.